everyone, my name is Aijing. Becca is closing down. Oh my god, I've wanted to try more things from this brand for ages because they are cruelty free. So placed a huge order of various Becca products. So let's put them on my face and see what happens. So I've just put moisturizer on my face this morning and now I'm going to go in with the Becca Blacklight priming filter. I got the glowy one rather than the purpley one, so I feel like it's giving my skin a little bit of a sheen. I might just put a little bit more on. It doesn't really look that sparkly, which is good. And I decided to get two of their foundations. One is the Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation and the other one is the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I want to do one half of my face with a light coverage and the other half of my face with a full coverage and see what happens. So I'm going to go in with the light coverage first, and I'm going to on this side of my face because this side of my face I have this big red spot that came out of nowhere. So I'll see if the full coverage foundation covers that at all. It's in the shade light, but it's looking a little dark on me right now. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, that is orange. Well, that's a good start. So this is the half of my face with the Aqua Luminous Foundation. I am a little bit disappointed because the light shade is too orange on me, and that's the second lighter shade. I didn't think I needed to go for the lighter shade because I'm not that pale, but looking at my skin, it looks pretty nice. I've just applied with my fingers. So if this was the right shade, it would be so much better. It's basically just blurred everything out a little bit and it still looks like my skin, and you can still see the dewiness from the primer shining through. Okay, so next we're going to try the Ultimate Coverage Foundation. I'm not crazy about how it looks over my cheek here. I feel like it's actually emphasized my pores when you compare it to the other side. It's got pretty good coverage. It's taken the redness away from that spot and covered most of my pigmentation around my chin, but it's making my skin look a little bit dry. I'm not a big fan of this foundation so far. So this is what the other half of my face is looking like with a full coverage foundation. I am not crazy about it because around here it's actually emphasized my pores. It's making my skin look a little bit dry. On both sides I can still see that dewiness poking through from the primer, but obviously it's a little bit more obvious on this side, but you can still see a little bit of dewiness there, which is quite nice. I purchased the Instant Eye Awakening set as well, and you can see it came with such a cute little baby mini size of the under eye brightening concealer. I have the full size next to it for comparison, and I also got the under eye primer and the Instant Eye Awakening powder with this set. I'm using the under eye primer first. It feels a little bit like a lip balm, and to be honest, I wasn't sure if I was putting it on my skin when I was using it. And then of course I used the under eye brightening concealer. Everyone loves this. It is a favorite, and for a good reason. Look at that, so much brighter. Then I used the Ultimate Coverage Long Wear concealer underneath my eyes as well. This had a very thick consistency and I got mine in the shade Banana. It's got pretty good coverage, as you can see from the video clip. It covered up my scar pretty well. Although it did not mesh very well with the Long Wear foundation, which is weird because the concealer and foundation were from the same line. I mean, it looks fine. I don't feel like it's anything out of the ordinary, but it's fine. I used the Secret Under Eye Brightening powder next and just basically patted it on. It does actually look brighter this side. Okay, the powder is not bad. It's not making my under eye look dry or cakey, and it definitely did brighten up a little bit, so not bad, not bad. So I also got another powder from them. I got the Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder kit from ASOS. Do you remember when this was going viral because this powder is made of 90% water or something and it feels wet? I remember touching this in a Sephora when I was visiting in New York, and it really did feel wet, but I didn't get it at the time because I wasn't a big powder wearer, but I wear a lot more powder now. I feel like this would be pretty cool. Ooh. Right, here we go. It feels like you're spraying your face with a really, really fine mist. Okay, that felt like water. This powder feels so cooling when you put it on the face. It is pretty amazing. It feels so cool. Never felt a powder like it. If you can get your hands on this, I would definitely recommend giving this a go. Again, I just prefer how this side looks. After the powder, it's not looking as dewy. This side, it's still looking a bit cakey because of foundation, and for some reason the bit where I've used a concealer to cover up my spot is just looking super patchy and cakey. But this side looks great.
BECCA is most well known for their highlighters, so I couldn't resist but pick up 3 different shades. One of them was a limited edition one, and it was called BECCA Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder. It had a pink hue to it and advertised it as having this jellified glow look. I used this over my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. It was nice, but it was quite shimmery. The other 2 shades I got was Moonstone and then Champagne Pop. Obviously, you have to have Champagne Pop, and you can see Champagne Pop was a lot more gold than Moonstone on the back of my hand. The side of my face with the red spot has Champagne Pop, and the other side has got Moonstone. They look pretty similar when they're on the face. And to be honest, I think I prefer the Balm Mary Lou Luminizer.
So, meh.
The other face products I purchased was 1 bronzer in the shade Barley Sands and 2 blushes in Wild Honey and Songbird. Barley Sands was slightly shimmery and it was a lighter shade. It wasn't too pigmented and didn't look glittery on the skin at all.
It's just giving me a very subtle bronze effect, which is what I look for in bronzers.
I really like the blushes. I heard a lot of good things about them. They are quite powdery, as you can see, but they blend out so easily.
So that's Wild Honey and that's Songbird. It's a little bit of a shimmer in there, but it's not actually looking too shimmery on the cheek. It's just looking glowy. They are really pigmented blushes though, that's for sure. People won't lie when they're saying that it's super pigmented. So only dip very lightly. So next I bought one of their lipsticks. Again, heard so many people raving about this formula. I got the shade Dusk because it looked like a warm nude. I really, really like this colour. I have worn this lipstick already before and I really like the formula. It's quite long lasting considering how shiny it is. I would definitely recommend getting this. Okay, so I've got 2 more products to try. I've got the BECCA Skin Love Setting Mist and the BECCA Ignite Liquid Highlighter. So I'm going to grab out this liquid highlighter first. I got mine in Passion. This is a huge bottle. I thought this would be great for a body highlighter, which is why I'm wearing this off the shoulder top today.
The setting spray had the finest mist and it felt so refreshing and it smelled great. I think it is great to use throughout the day to sort of refresh yourself and hydrate, but I'm not convinced it will make your makeup last longer.
So this is how my skin looks. So in summary, what do I recommend? I would recommend, first of all, lipstick. Their lipstick is great. I really like the shade Dusk. Another thing I would definitely recommend is the Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. Be careful with the shade choice because I chose the shade Light and it still looked orange on me. Another thing I would recommend is obviously this BECCA Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Everyone loves this for good reason. And the other thing I'm going to recommend is this Hydra Mist setting powder. It felt super refreshing on my skin. I don't think my skin looks too powdery. It doesn't look cakey. Obviously it looks like it's got powder on it, but it doesn't look super cakey, and I loved how it felt when I used it, so recommend this. In terms of the other stuff, kind of like the bronzer, the blusher, the highlighter even, I feel like you can, get dupes elsewhere. I can take it or leave it with those products. So this is how my face is looking. Overall, I'm quite pleased with the result. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this one, you might like some of my other videos.